Welcome to my sacred space, Extrasensory Empress, with you guys with another update on your connection, on your divine connection. So moon is in Gemini. It's the first quarter of a moon. If you considered a new project or new idea, this is a good time to take it off the ground. This is definitely time of action and inspired motivation. Okay, so it's very, very strong energy. It's time to discord from the old and start kind of investing your emotions and your thoughts into something new, something that's going to bring you more growth, your spiritual growth, your emotional growth, your abundance. So it's about the investment, really. It's not about second guessing yourself, because Gemini energy has a tendency to split and you might want to second guess yourself, but this is not a good time for that. So Gemini is actually pointing out to you that you need to stand up with what you believe in. It's about protecting your values and proving your point, really. So definitely, your ideas and your values need to be protected, and this is a good time to do so. All right, I hope you enjoyed the spread. I have some interesting new decks that I was going to show you, and I hope that message resonates with you. Take care. All right, let's see what's going on. First, we're going to find the counterparts in this deck. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Let's see who wants to come out and talk. Oh, wow. See? So here's the masculine here. Okay. Masculine is, came out first to talk. Okay. So we have the faith behind the masculine, which that gives me that masculine, it doesn't matter what happened in the past. That's in the past. That's a big, huge mystery. So from now on, we're moving on back to the beginning. So we're at the riders. So let's see if we can find them. Oh, and feminine right behind. Okay, so, and that's what's happening. So this feminine right here. Feminine is also looking at the masculine. The moment she's also moving on. And she left all the gossip and all the, assumptions and talks all behind, all that confusion. And she gave up on conversations, and she gave up on trying to communicate with the masculine. So she's also moving on from that, because he has been very, very mysterious and not very open with her. Okay, let me just put the card so you can see. All right, so he's been very, very mysterious with her and not telling her what he truly is about. It's a lot of shades. So this basically tells me I should probably not even look into that past, but I'm not going to be looking at that part of a masculine, what happened to him in the past. Sounds like it was very traumatic, and we're not going to be looking into this. We're not going to be looking into what really did hit. All we know that something has shifted. We don't need to know all the details. What I'm going to do from this card, okay, I'm just going to look at the moving on part, okay? So, and the feminine, stop worrying about communicating with the masculine. She's just observing, and she's also moving on because nothing else came out in between them. So both of them are moving on, okay? So I'm going to leave this card right here, and I'm going to remove this card and this card. Okay, so let me have a little clarifier here as far as moving on goes. Let me see what the shadow was connected to. That what he learned from that fate that has happened. Something hit the wall here was the masculine. What is this about? Let's find out. Yeah, he got punished for his arrogance. Okay, he got punished for his arrogance. He was very, very arrogant with the feminine, and that's what he's getting punished for. How that happened and all the details, we're not going to be looking into that, because they don't want us to know. Obviously, it was very, very ugly, so you don't want to know. Okay? So, with that being said, we're going to be looking into moving on, see what happened here. What's masculine is thinking about? Moving on, what is this about? So yeah, he knows that he messed up. He thinks about his mistakes. Okay? He knows that he has not been very truthful, very faithful. But he also, the snake usually sometimes talks about the, you know, manhood and all that stuff. So we know what something happened there, and he's thinking about it. He's been very, very traumatized. So, and then we're not going to be looking into the rest of it. So all we know that he's thinking about his sins. Okay. Okay. What is he hiding? Okay, book. So he knows that it was meant to be, okay? That's why we have the fate here. So something that meant to be, he knows that he's hiding that past. So he was taken down for. Okay, what's feminine thinking? Yeah, feminine is very, very passionate. So she's thinking of stability. She's thinking of her passions and things like that. So she's focused on her career, on her strength, and her passions, and things that are making her feel good about herself. So she stays very, very grounded. And what is she hiding? She's hiding the fact that she's still missing the masculine. Yes, as you can see, this dog, this pug, very, very sad pug. She's really missing the masculine. So that's what she's hiding. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see what else is going on here. What is masculine going to do about this? What's his next step? Okay, so he is definitely mountains sometimes represent protection too, not just the obstacle but the protection. So he's going to divine is protecting the feminine from masculine right now. So there is a big mountain between the two of them, but on his side. So either he's being protected by divine right now, he's divinely guided, or he is protecting the feminine from himself. Okay, there's the two options right here. So whichever one resonates for you, you can take that one. Okay, we'll get some clarifiers on this. Okay, and what feminine is going to do. Yeah, and the feminine is going to be solving her things. So we got the labyrinth. So the feminine is going to figure out the puzzle of this whole mystery. What is this about? Okay, as we know, this is a journey that is very, very complex, a spiritual journey of self-healing. So let's see what feminine shadows are. What are her shadows at the moment? Okay, her shadows. She's taking her power back, and by doing that, she's kind of manipulated the masculine right now. So as she's taking the power back, she needs to make sure that she's not manipulating the masculine. Okay, there needs to be a little bit more compassion here. Okay, don't turn it into something combative and, yeah, narcissistic. So you don't need to be turning just like masculine into a narcissistic person, because that was masculine straight. So you don't want to go there, because narcissistic behavior, usually you're pretty much giving away your power. So you need to stay in the vibration of love. You don't need to manipulate anything. Regarding the masculine, you don't have to be giving him the same type of treatment he gave you. So don't get into that trap, okay? You don't need to be mirroring him and acting just like him. This is not the way to go, okay? Another shadow. Yeah, she's being judgmental. So you have to understand the masculine has been punished for his behavior, his own way, that you don't know what he has been through, what kind of fiascos he had to suffer. So don't be judgmental, because he's getting signs from the universe, and the universe is taking care of it right now. So don't be too judgmental. You don't need to be grilling your masculine right now. You just need to let it go and let your connection heal. Okay? Let me ask a couple more shadows. So just to give an idea what's going on. So what are the shadows for the masculine? What is she seeing he's doing? So according to the feminine, what is she seeing right now that he's doing? Yeah. So he's being skeptical. Yeah, she thinks the masculine's being skeptical, and he doesn't believe in any kind of connection. He's being along with arrogance, he's being skeptical regarding, he doesn't believe in love. He doesn't believe in good things. So, okay. Yeah, so he could get pretty violent too. So, that could go bad. So the masculine needs to, masculine is probably not even, I have a funny feeling that because he suffered severe fiasco here, watch out for his shadow. He might want to even want to hurt you. So stop narcissistic and manipulative behavior in order not to get him to hurt you, okay? Because this could be very, very triggering for him, because he starts seeing things. He's getting the signs from the universe right now, and he's trying to get his power back, okay? And you don't want him to get violent with you. So be very, very careful how you treat the masculine right now. Safe distance would be a good one, okay? So that's a pretty good warning right here. So let's see what else is going on. I would say, what is he trying to... let me see what the communication is between the counterparts is. Yeah, masculine has suffered extreme fiasco, which could turn him pretty violent. So I would be very, very careful how you treat your masculine right now. Okay, so let's see. So he says, I wish I could just hug you right now. I need to hold you. Okay, he definitely misses his feminine. But you don't want to aggravate that. Stay in a vibration of love, because that's the only way you can truly connect with your masculine. Don't be judgmental, or this could get violent, okay? Yeah, so he gets a separation anxiety sometimes, so that could be from that. To prove his, when you're judging him, he could get violent. You can get the best out of him. So, and that comes from separation anxiety, okay? Very important to understand. So he actually thought of anonymously sending him a gift, okay? But I think that came from Divine Feminine. So if you thought about sending him a gift anonymously, I think that's Divine Feminine is thinking that, because I have to, this is for both parties, this deck. So, and I feel like this is more for the feminine. You wanted to send him something anonymously so nobody knows where it came from. Okay. And I think the feminine right now is struggling with communication. I know it's ridiculous, but I struggle with communication. Yeah, I think feminine is having trouble speaking up to the masculine, okay? This is the messages that I'm getting. So let's see. Let me get a couple more messages from feminine here. So let's see what she says. Yeah, she's definitely saying it's either them or me if there's a third-party situation involved. Okay, and she says you don't need permission to love me. If there is any toxic friends that are interfering with the connection, that's your answer right here. Feminine is really, really strongly recommending that masculine just doesn't need to feel like he has a permission. He needs to have permission from his friends to love her. So she's pretty irritated with that. Okay. So yeah, so she does not want to talk to him. Whenever they're telepathically communicating, she says, well, the answer is no. So she's not coming forward. So she has trouble communicating right now. And she says, I love you, but I'm not stupid. Okay, so that's pretty precise. She still remembers the hurt and the pain. And she's being judgmental. That's where it came from. Okay. All right. And into his defense, I wonder what he has to say. And this particular one, let's see, what does he have to say in his defense? He's afraid that the passion between us is over. So he's just afraid that she doesn't love or feel strongly about him as much as she used to. Okay. Okay. So he's missing the celebrating holidays. If any of you celebrated holidays together, so he's missing that time when, you know, when you were like, you know, we're in an environment when both of you were dressing up for the holidays, or just as they're missing that spark in the connection. So they're definitely missing that. You want that back. And some of the masculine is starting to understand what this connection is about. I have learned about our connection and what it means to be your divine counterpart. So they start to understand that. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, and he says, I grieve the loss of you every day. My heart is empty. So he definitely feels very empty with that. He's feminine. And one more. And he says, I feel your sadness and longing for me, but I'm unable to comfort you. So there might be some kind of isolation or inability to communicate or come forward. There's so much fear. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of embarrassment on this side. There's big fiasco with the masculine right now. So a lot of grief. So the cards are coming out very, very sad. And let me get advice. One more advice for the feminine, what she needs to be doing at the moment. I'm taking the Manara right now. I know it's too much, but hopefully we can get one card and I'll cover it up if it's too explicit, okay? Okay, so yeah, so feminine needs to kind of like focus on something else or other relationships, okay? Find someone else at the moment. Okay, so start over and be playful. Okay, be playful, take risks, definitely. Okay, resist the temptations. And focus on love. So being in the vibration of love is very, very important for the feminine right now. So resist the temptation of getting angry and judgmental. Find someone else and start over. You really need a fresh set of mind. You really need a fresh mind right now, so you can be able to play and make things happen, and don't get back into the temptation, because temptations are very hard. You don't want to be judgmental. You don't want to be mean to the masculine. You don't want to be narcissistic. So very important for you to reevaluate the situation, think about it, and try to approach it with kindness. You can still love someone via distance. You can send love and light, but you don't have to be fixated on this. You still need to take a good care of yourself, and stay in the vibration of love. Like I said, I cannot stress that enough. Okay, hopefully that was helpful. I hope you enjoyed the spread. That's all I got.